What's going on? I'm just taking some video for my channel and just looking, man. I appreciate it though.
Good, brother. How you doing, man?
I'm doing all right. You?
All right, man.
Bullman Built RC. I am Matt, your favorite YouTuber's least favorite YouTuber. And today I'm going to go over some of the things that I got at the 8th annual, I believe, KNK Swap Meet. As you saw a little bit of in the intro to this, the boys and my wife and I all went over to Lebanon, Ohio to go to the swap meet. And basically I'm going to go over all the things that happened there and all the things that I got. Here we go. First up, I actually sold 6 different trucks yesterday, so I freed up a whole bunch of receivers, and then I took this and took a couple other trucks and freed up some more receivers. These were just sitting everywhere in here and in my house doing all the prep work and all that stuff, and so now I got this. And in all honesty, I'm probably going to end up getting rid of my Rugged because I'm really liking that new Noble. So we'll see how that works. But next, most importantly, my wife bought me peanut butter M&Ms. That's it. That's the whole thing. Next, one of the things I am super freaking excited about is this here. If you've been watching for a while, you do know that I collect Lexan, whether it be mid-90s to go on crawlers or just like some touring car things. This happens to be a touring car thing. This is Proline 3120-00, a Volkswagen Jetta. I have not seen one of these things in forever. I don't even know that I've ever seen one in person. I do semi-remember this thing coming out, and I found this. It was $10. I snagged it real fast. New impact, and the bag's a little ugly and everything, but everything is in there, and it is good to go, and I could not be freaking happier with this thing. It'll probably just go up on the wall. There's a wall over here, just a whole bunch of bodies in a line. This will probably just go in there or go in a box for right now, and I don't have anything to do with it, but for $10 just to have it, new impact, I think it's super freaking cool to have some of this stuff and do like these things are kind of hard to find, and they're also old and such, so because we're getting old. Anyway, I got that. No plan for it, but we'll figure out what goes on. Next, I got a Proline 72 Chevy pickup body. These are not necessarily hard to find, but this one's clear and it was cheap. And it also came with this super freaking cool Proline toolbox. I didn't even remember these things, but he was like, yeah, it comes with a toolbox. I was like, oh, that's cool. And honestly, just now, I realized that this opens and there are axle shafts inside from the Proline detail kit things or whatever. So there's a little square cut out, and it's cut out really nicely, honestly. So the toolbox just kind of goes boop, boop, and then sits back in there. I do kind of wish it was farther this way because these stupid little cab support things are kind of in the way, so the toolbox is like halfway back the bed, basically, it feels like. Kind of weird, but like I said, this was cheap. I can cut that out. I can make a buggy out of it. I can do lots of different things. Plus, I think this toolbox is probably worth 20 bucks, so I picked that up. No decals and stuff, so the likelihood of this becoming some sort of truggy or buggy with 72 Chevy panels is pretty high. But I got that, and we'll do something with it eventually. Maybe never. Maybe my kids will sell it after I die. Next! As I said a little bit ago, I did sell a bunch of trucks. So, I have been condensing everything down, and I've been looking for one particular truck that Jordan and I have kind of discussed building a pair of, whatever, so that we have really, really, really tiny tires. I came into a brand new YJ body. So I went on the hunt for a short wheelbase TF2. I did not find one there. There was nothing there. There was almost no TF2s to begin with. If there were, it was all Toyotas. and they were all really nice, complete trucks, and I really couldn't spend $800 on a nice, ready-to-run Toyota just to have the axles out of, pretty much, and then try and find a frame. So I let all that go, but I still went out with the plan that now that I have the body, I will figure something out. Insert this whole jazz. First up, I got these. These are 1.5 wagon wheels in silver. I don't have a plan for them, but they were, once again, cheap. Like $10, something like that. So I picked those up. Then I went over to another table and I found a pair of 1.55 wagon wheels in white. So I picked these up as well. Not 100% sure what I'll do with these either, but apparently I'm collecting 1.55s now. So I got those, and they came with an extra clamp ring. So win. Then I walked 2 tables down and I found these. These are Boom Racing 155s. I believe these are Land Cruiser of some sort wheels. I cannot remember what these things are called. So 2 rears, 2 fronts, both really, really nice looking. I like the back and I like the front, much like your mother. And so I don't know what these are going to go on, but I do like the thought of these going on a square body. So maybe that'll happen. I'm not 100% sure, but these are freaking sick. And they were cheap. They were pretty cheap to begin with, and then I, asked him if he'd take like $10 less, and he did. So I got those. Then I walked down to see Mr. Kirby. If you do not know Mike, he is a semi-local guy to me, owns KNK Hardware, and is one of the coolest dudes that you're gonna ever find. If you are looking for RC stuff, he will always work with you, and he is a super, super good dude. He is the one that actually put on the swap meet. He has his own line of wheels. For a second, they were RC Chop Shop wheels, but apparently the whatever, I don't know, they're KNK wheels again. So I went down and got some of those. These are the 8-hole Mickey Thompson style 1.55s. They are 8-lug, which sucks because I was going to put them on a YJ with tiny tires, and for them to be 8-lug kind of looks weird because it's like 1 tons under a Jeep with 35s. Maybe even if they're that tall. I don't think 33s. Anyway, whatever. So I got those. I don't know where they're going to go, but I picked them up while they were on hand because they are a very classic wheel and they go on a lot of different things. So maybe we'll figure something out. Next, I went down to see my dude Nolan. I have known Nolan for a year and some change now, I believe, and he bought a truck from me with a tube chassis, and then now I have also built him another tube chassis. Well, he had a present for me, so he gave me these. This is a YJ grill and a YJ grill, and then this one I believe is a CJ, and if I'm not mistaken, these are JKs. They have the little turn signal dudes down there. I believe they're JKs. I'm not 100% sure. I believe these are all keychains, so that's why they have these little nubbies here. I can grind that off, no big deal, but now I can use them for buggy grills, and then that means I can build buggies that are Jeeps and not have to worry about finding a front end or a hood or anything like that. I can just use these things. Super, super freaking cool. I am really stoked about these, to tell you the truth. So now I can figure out how to mount that and everything, and then I can build 5 more Jeeps. And Jordan will hate it because I don't know what Jeeps are supposed to look like. Then he also had these for me. So these are front and rear square body Traxxas bumpers. They are smaller in basically every dimension altogether than the RC 4-wheel drive. So one of the swaps is you put these on the RC 4-wheel drive body, and they do look much, much better. He gave me a killer deal on them, basically paid for one and got the other one free, so couldn't beat it with a stick, you know what I mean? Next, then while I was there, I saw a guy, I'm not exactly sure who I know him through, his name's Jeremy, and he gave me a couple interiors. So this one is either the Amazon knockoff or this is the Prolina interior, I believe. Clear, has seats and such. I don't even know what I use it for, and I was like, I don't know why I would need that, but you know, whatever. And he was like, have them, it's free. Deal. And then he also gave me this. I believe this is a Yeti interior, completely clean, no paint, no decals or anything, but this is the hard part to find, you know what I mean? So I got that. I'm pretty sure this is a Yeti. I know it's not a Bomber, obviously it's not a Capra, and it's not a Wraith. So this is either like a Spawn or a Yeti, one or the other, but I'm pretty sure it's a Yeti. So I got that. I know, say Yeti again.
Say
Yeti.
One more goddamn time.
So, anyway, I got that. Next, I found these F10T housings. Now, I have sat inside last night at like, I don't know, 11:30 at night, and I did swap over a set of F10s that I had, but I found the housings. They were really good deal, and they're black, which means I was going to pick them up because I freaking hate clear axles. So I got the black ones, put them in, they're brand new. This one actually has underdrive. It was a nice surprise to find out that a random set of F10s that I had just sitting there with plastic housings had underdrive. However, this one had the one-piece ring gear and locker, so I chucked that somewhere. I don't even know where the hell it is. And then I put a three-piece ring and pinion in there, so I got those. Next, I went down to see Austin. If you don't know Austin, he owns Corrupt Carbon Works. He had some things for sale, and I could not pass them up. What he had were Brazen Da Bomb 1.9 beadlocks. These things are freaking sick, and they were really cheap for what they are, I assume. I don't know exactly what they cost new or whatever, but I like them a lot, and they are pretty freaking sick. I didn't even know that Brett makes aluminum things, but apparently he does it like once every blue moon, you know, kind of thing. So I got the 4 wheels, a couple things of foam, and then I also got some freaking stickers because, you know, like, who doesn't love stickers, right? Next, to wrap around a set of wheels, not necessarily those wheels, but any set of wheels that I come across on my wall or somewhere, I also picked up a set of Brazen Berserkers. These things were pretty friggin' cheap. And then also noticed, after I picked them up, they have dual stage Crawler Innovations foams in them. So that's pretty freaking cool. I paid like $30 for these. So all 4 tires and dual stages in both ends. I have no idea what they're going to go on. I needed another set just because, well, let me back that up. I wanted another set because I do actually like these. If your truck is heavy enough, I actually have found these work decently well here in Indiana. The Pineapple does run these. It did have 419s on it, but I stepped up to the, I believe these are 4.3 Berserkers. A tad taller, and they're a little more aggressive than what I had on there. I had Falcons on there. And I honestly like it a lot better. That truck weighs like 9 pounds and some change, and they are heavy enough to actually make this compound work. So I picked those up. Next, I also picked up these boggers. These are 1.9, 5.4 inch boggers. They've only been run once, I believe the guy said. I don't even remember who I got these from, so sorry if I don't remember your name. But I picked them up. They were, I don't remember. Let's say $20, $25, $26.99. I'm not sure. I picked them up. I don't need them. However, I have been thinking about maybe putting them on a pretty truck to go up on the shelf, which I'm rapidly accruing multiples of. So I would assume they'll have some big fat welds on them or something, or some sort of wheel that's 34 inches wide or something. I'm not sure, but I got those with absolutely no plan to do anything with them. Next, New Impact R35 compound axial crawlers. I don't need these. I'm not even going to take them out of the pack. They're just New Impact axial, and I'm, for whatever reason, like really just drawn to New Impact axial things. So I picked them up. They were $10, I think, something like that, that I gave the guy. A Hobby Villa sale price was $24.99 in 2012 or something. I don't know when they were made, but I got those. They'll go probably in my box of keepsake, like non-using stuff or something. I don't know. They may go on the wall. They may go in the box. I'm not sure where they're going to go, but I got them, and they're cool, and they were cheap, and I like having them because I like having things. So next, I went down to see my friend Chris Minton. I actually finished a truck that I bought a few months ago, I believe, and he wanted it. I ended up finishing the whole thing out, putting an interior in it, and got it all ready to run, and he is already out enjoying it, and it is literally only the next day. So he said, hey, are you interested in this? And I was like, I don't really need that. That looks like some old Tamiya, like, clodbuster screws and stuff, or like maybe touring car screws, but I don't really need it. I'm good. And he was like, oh, did I say $5? What I meant was, take this. And I was like, I don't really need it. And then he was just like, it's yours. You can have it. Okay, so I have a bunch of like Phillips head gold plated, I mean, they look like Tamiya screws and stuff. There's like springs in there. There is a metric ton of Allen wrenches. Like from here out are all Allen wrenches. So I don't know what we'll do with this, but I have it, and I got a TLT and a Claude, so I guess I got screws for them now. Next, speaking of my buy and sell friends, I went down to the RC Chop Shop, and he said, hey man, would you like to do a drawing of some sort, viewer appreciation, giveaway, etc., etc.? And I was like, yeah, that would be cool. What do you got in mind? And he was like, this. I'm going to give you not one, but 2 land anchors. And I was like, sick. And he was like, how about some stickers? And I was like, does a bear shit in the woods? And he was like, I think so. And I was like, me too. So he gave me 2 sets of stickers. So I got a bunch of for sale stuff, like not for sale, actually for sale, shitbox for sale, car for sale by owner, for trade, etc. I got 2 of those. And then this one is all sorts of just bumper stickers. So I got a Smoky bumper sticker, full send, all sorts of stuff. Locally hated, which is the best. My other 2 favorites are My Other Ride Is Your Mom and Nice Bathtub. Oops, I meant Jeep with a little duck in it. And so now I'm going to figure out some sort of thing to do, and 2 lucky people will get 2 different sets of stickers and a land anchor. Both got 2 sets of those. So I'll figure out how I can do some sort of no entry to win, gotta like a post or something. I don't know. Whatever. Speaking of posts, if you haven't, think about maybe becoming a channel member so you get to see all these videos a day early, and you get to see things that I post for sale early. When I post them for sale, they go to my channel members. On YouTube, you just hit join. Sometimes you have to get on a computer because phones are stupid. And then after that, they go to my Facebook group. If you are not on my Facebook group, please check that out. Bullman Built RC group on Facebook. I also have a page for the channel. Make sure to check that out. And then also, I am on Instagram. It is Bullman Built RC across the board. And we'll figure out how to give these away when I see you in one of those multiple ways. Next, speaking of more friends that I have in the RC community, I hit up Mark from Crawler Cult, and I said, hey man, I like those sticker sheets you do, and I think it's really cool that you do some from Massachusetts and over there on the East Coast and stuff, and I have an idea. So about 3 weeks later, I had gotten through 974 million pictures on Facebook and Instagram and friggin' Google and all this stuff, and asking my friends about it and making a post on my personal Facebook about, hey, what do you guys think about Indiana things? And I have come up with these. These are my sticker sheets. So there is all sorts of things that you will understand if you are from Indiana. If you're not from Indiana or the Midwest, maybe you're going to have a little bit of a struggle bus. But if you don't know, you're not from the middle of the country. Basically, that's what happens. Then also with these, you are getting a small version of both of my logos and a medium version of both of my logos, whatever you want to call that. Because I also had my new logos put into stickers by themselves. So you have the option of the green SCX6 tuber or the pineapple in yellow. 2 of my favorite trucks are now on stickers, and you can buy them at the events, or if you can hit me up, I will see what I can do to get you some. These are $5 and these are $10. So I'm super freaking happy about it, and if this goes well, I will continue making more. And if it doesn't, I will have a shitload of bumper stickers of my own to put on all my trucks. So we'll figure it out. Next, someone else that I will 100% always promote as well, DR Custom Wiring. I went down to see my buddy Dustin. He actually made me a custom, I don't even know what the hell you call this thing. It's a cable. So I bought these for swap meets and for things like Beat the Creek and Rocktober, and if we go anywhere else to an event. This actually has an XT60 on one end, a fuse in the middle, a JST plugged into everything, and then alligator clips on the end. Now when I go to an event and I see a guy that looks like he just got done scamming your grandma out of about $94,000 and taking her house and hasn't had a shower since I was born, Now I can take that ESC that worked whenever he took it out of the truck, put these right on the end of the battery, plug my battery in, and see if it comes up. If it doesn't come up, it obviously doesn't work. And then I can do the same with powered servos. So if I have direct power servo, I can plug it into here, and I will probably end up snagging one of these things onto here with some zip ties or something. I don't know, I'll find a way to put a 2-channel receiver right there. And if nothing else, I can carry around a small radio. I don't really care, because it could end up saving me some decent cash. And because he knows who he is dealing with, I got some stickers. I got some red, white, and blue DR custom wiring. And because he knows that I can't solder to save my freaking life, I am silently judging your wiring. Thanks, bud. For real though, I really appreciate this, and it's going to come in super, super handy from basically now until forever, because I will always continue buying used ESCs at a good price. Next! Sitting across from me were a couple dudes I know, Tyler and Gary. So I went over there and looked over some stuff, and Gary gave me a really good deal on some of these things. This is a Faith Racing 4-link servo on axle mount for an F10. I had never even seen these things before. I have no idea what I'm going to do with it, but when he was like, you can basically freaking have this for very cheap, and I was like, yeah, hell yeah. Then I saw these. They are machine gears for a twin. I actually need some of these, and he was like, yeah, you can have those for like less than half price or some shit. Those are in there. Thank you. Next, I went to see a guy that I don't really know, but I know of. He is You're Done RC on all social medias, and I don't know if he has a YouTube page or if I see him on my lives every once in a while when we do them. So I went down there and he said, hey, I got something basically specifically for you. I know you and Jordan like to build buggies, and I watch enough videos that I know that you guys buy cheap bodies and just cut the hood of them off and make buggies with them. So he showed me this. I am stuck on what to do here. This is actually a pom-pom Jeep, the big 18-inch, which is what your mom calls me half the time, if you know what I mean. So it makes a pom-pom noise in action with a swing-down windshield. I'm going to have to look this up on Google and all that stuff, but it is... where I'm struggling is it's in the package. And it also has one wheel. So he said he has 2 more, I think, something like that. But it also needs axles. So basically this is like a older version of the... If you were like born in the 80s, I'm sure you can remember when Tonka trucks went plastic and they had like the little hook, and then you jam the steel rod up in there and had the wheels on them and everything, and like they had cars and all that kind of stuff. This is that kind of toy. So you take a steel rod of some sort of diameter and length, and you snap these axles into the actual body, and then you have the truck. So it's got some sort of like machine gun thing on the back. I don't know how this works exactly. This looks a lot like a G-made sawback body. Almost the exact same dimensions, and it is a hard body. The problem I have is, what do I do with this thing? Part of me, as like a collector, I guess I would classify myself as, wants to keep this just like it is, maybe tape this shut a little bit, and then just have it for what it is. This is super cool. It looks like it was made in the freaking 60s by the way that this tag is designed and colored and everything. So I'm glad it made it to me in package, because that's really freaking cool. But I'm also at a point where he gave it to me and was like, I know you like to make buggies. How about you chop the shit out of this thing? I am not above chopping the shit out of some stuff. So I don't know where I want to go with this. I did pay for this. I didn't get it for free or anything, so I don't feel bad cutting it up at the price I got. I've paid more for Lexan and chopped the hood off. I also don't feel bad leaving it as it is. I don't know what it's worth, so that is the kind of thing. If this thing is worth more for the card and for the actual body and everything, I'm gonna have to get rid of it, because I am, as a collector, I know that if I found out, hey, somebody had a new Impact one, even if it's this rough with the card and everything, and then cut the front end of it off and did all sorts of stuff, like, I don't know, maybe I could make someone else happy over me and all that stuff. So I got this. I don't know what the hell I'm going to do with it. I thoroughly appreciate it. Like, the fact that someone said, hey, I thought about you, got this, brought this all the way to the swap meet, and then kind of sought me out and said, hey, I have a thing for you, check this out. Like, that is super freaking cool. Anyone that does it and anyone who has done it in the past do know that I think that is super freaking cool, that you would see something and think Matt would really like this, or like Jordan, Matt, or Doug, or Logan, or my dad, or whoever the hell would really like this. That's super freaking cool. I'm gonna have to figure out what to do with this thing, and we will go from there. But I got that. Next, while I was down at his table, I also ran across this box. I checked the box out. I didn't really see the value in the box at the price he had it at, and I just kind of looked around and was like, yeah, that's not really something I need. Like, it's useful parts, but I don't need them. Then he said, hey, how about 50% of that? And I was like, eh. And then he was like, oh, check out what's actually in there. So now with all that dumped out, we have a optic interior with a little dude's head. I don't know what the hell that is. There's the 2 seats that go in the interior. F10 portal housings. I got, I don't know, 37 sets of those in plastic. I have a gear cover, which I also have about a bazillion of. Some sort of gear. I'm thinking that goes in the Phoenix Trans. That is not one of the machine ones, so that is bound to break. A hog head front, but I got the bearing. I also got a set of plastic knuckles. These are really useful for when I find used axles that have brass knuckles on them that I can use that are AR-44 style. So I'll actually take the knuckles off of the used axles, put these on them, and then sometimes I'll just resell the axles, and then I'll take the brass knuckles, or I don't know what I'll do, but I have some of these for that exact reason. Steering wheel. I also got bag F and bag E, which are the drive shafts. 4 plastic drive shafts. That would be what I recommend. I don't believe I've ever broken one. I have twisted a few, but that was on like a 4,000 kV 4S 8-pound truck that I was trailing with. You know, gotta have steel ones at that point. I got 2 of the upper shafts without the slipper. These are lockout style. So to go with my lockout style shafts, I also got an aluminum gear holder. Now, I also got a spur gear to go on there. Bag D and bag E of shocks. Those can go on the next swap meet. And then the whole reason I bought that whole box. Hiding inside was a aluminum motor plate, clear rear portal covers, clear aluminum knuckles for F10s or AR-44s, aluminum standoffs for the transmission. I got an 11 tooth pinion, 32 pitch, never know. And then lastly, I also got the brass from the portal axles. So these go in the plastic housings. They do not fit into the, I don't want to call them aftermarket housings, but the aluminum housings that Vanquish also makes. So I assume this is where they came from. They just came out of, you know, whatever axles he upgraded and stuff, and then that's just chilling in there. So I got that as well. So for what I paid for that box, I am super, super freaking happy, because I probably paid for like that. So that is all for the day. I appreciate you watching. Make sure to stick around for the bloopers, and I will see you later. Bye! Was a fight survival, turned into revival, screaming bread and dropping hallelujah. That looks crooked. Started already. Motherfuckers! I'm gonna start that over because I'm fucking with this thing or whatever. Oh, there's stuff in here. Dang! Never coming off. Okay. Oh, short wheelbase TFTs. Or TFTs. Ow. That hurt. Bitch. Whore. Anyway. I think these were all chicanes. With these on the RC 4-wheel drive bot. Damn it. Even fucking shit. Put them all together, you know, so I can in one peg. Fuck. So these are 4 shit. Shit. So new in bot or new in shit. Segue and a half, bro. Bitch. Alright. What? I'm segueing the fuck out of this right here. Boy. Fuse in the middle, and then banana clips, or alligator clips. Sorry, shit. Get in there, bitch. Shit, what is his name? Fuckballs. Ow. There's still a staple there. Austin, Jeremy, Jim, Bob, Sam, Tommy, Andrew. Shit. And anyone that does that, shit. Andrew. Maybe that's his name. Fuck, I don't remember. Anyway. Anyone that does that, and anyone that does that, fuck me. This crap. This is fucking stupid. I hate those dumbass things. I don't know what the fuck. Anyone that does that, and anyone who does it, son of a bitch. Radiator. Ain't nothing wrong with the radiator. Right, it's useful for when I find spare parts. Whoops, shit. You get it stock, and they have portal or shit. That's that good COVID sanitizer. Hoofda. Gotta keep it away from your face. It'll burn your eyes. Eat everything? So actually, that's all fucking stupid. That's a lie. I don't even know what I'm gonna do the next live, so I'm not even gonna fucking mention it. All right, anyway.